Let me start here. How did you even get started into yoga? Who introduced you to yoga?
Well, I got started in yoga because I got tired of getting hurt. I was a typical athlete, played high school football. 1 year it was my hip, next year it was my hamstring, next year it was my ankle, and I managed to get out of high school with tearing my ACL. And then I went to junior college, then tore up my shoulder. And I was like, man, just forget this. You know, it's not worth it. You know, I keep getting hurt. So then from there, I finished up college, went on to become a teacher, and I went to this MMA gym, and I was boxing with this guy. You know, I love to do that kind of stuff also. And this guy was like, hey, do you want to fight? And I was like, am I good enough to fight? He was like, yeah, I'm a undefeated fighter, and you did some good stuff with me. So I was like, okay. So I started training to be an MMA fighter. And I was going with a guy from he was a UFC fighter, and I was kind of training with him, and something happened to my back. And I didn't know what it was, and I just couldn't walk. And I went to the doctor, got like a MRI. That was negative. Doctor was like, well, maybe you pulled this ligament. And I'm like, maybe? Like, you can't give me no facts?
Yeah.
And a friend of mine was like, well, why don't you do yoga? I heard it fixed stuff. So I tried it, and my back felt great. And I was like, I mean, I'm going to start doing this.
How long ago was that?
It was, let me see, I got my certification in 2011, and it was probably about a year or so before that. So like 2010, 2009.
Oh, wow.